What's going on, everyone? George here from The Average Car, and today I'm looking at this 2020 Mazda CX-9 Grand Touring. I want to give a shout out to Power Mazda here in Salem, Oregon for letting me take the time to grab a couple clips of this and look at it. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First things first, let's go ahead and take a look at this key fob here. This is a typical Mazda key fob now, super slim and aesthetically pleasing. And you got your lock, unlock, trunk release there, and then sound the alarm button right there. So let's go ahead and get the lights on and take a look at it. Push button start. Turn these on. Turn the headlights on. Leave the key in there. First thing you're going to notice here is this just aggressive stance that Mazda has on all of their vehicles now. This design language is beautiful. You've got your HID headlights and you've got your LED lights here, and got a little ring there and then there. Got this huge grille over here. Does really stand out. You have the like chrome gloss finish here, and then this is kind of a more of a satin here. Not necessarily matte, but it doesn't pop as much as this does here. Looks really good. Coming around here, you are sitting on some 20-inch rims. These are 255 50/20s. Good look to them. Has a lighter finish. Got the LED strip for the turn signals right here. This is the biggest car in Mazda's line at the moment. This one is all-wheel drive. Has dual exhaust. Really like the taillights on this. They just kind of flow with the body. And you have this trim right here. I'm not a big fan of chrome personally, but the accenting on here does look pretty good. It fits the car well, I feel like. Not all people will like that. I guess it's very subjective. Beautiful soul red, and I know this is a super popular color, but honestly, there's a reason for that. This color pops. It just looks really good. Good looking car. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. Now, going into the interior, you notice you have keyless entry. You can lock and unlock it as long as your key is within range. You press it, and when you lock it, your side mirrors do fold in on this trim level, and then you unlock it, they fold out. Let's go ahead and get inside. Door slam sounds nice. I don't know what it is about it, but I do really like that. There's something really appealing to me when the door just sounds like it's solid and sturdy there. So window controls, you do have this gloss black. I'm not a fan of that, but that's just me personally. It does get dirty quick and attracts dust more than I'd like. Coming over to your gauges, you do notice you do have two analog gauges, and there's an LED one right over here, which I'll show you. Turn it on, CX9 pops up, and then your speedometer right over there. Coming over to the steering wheel, everything in typical Mazda fashion. It's very ergonomic. It's very easy to reach and control as well. Everything can kind of be muscle memory over time. I do really like how with Mazda's design, there's a decent amount of space here where you can see your steering wheel from, you know, your seating position. You don't have to kind of go up and down to see your speed right there. But if you don't want to look down here for your speed, you do have your speedometer projected right over here. I don't know if you can see it there. It's projected onto your windshield there. You do have Bose tweeters there, and then speaker up there tweeter there as well. I do really like this kind of 2-level dash thing they got going on here. It's a nice finish to it. It looks clean, it looks classy, and kind of feels very premium, I guess. This screen right here for your infotainment, it's large, it's easy to control, and it's visually appealing, and it's simple. I do really like that, but still at the same time has a elegant, luxurious look and feel to it. Coming down to your climate control system right here, this isn't anything too crazy. This does have a heated steering wheel right here. You have your heated seats, AC, rear fan control, front defrost, rear defrost, dual climate control, all that fun stuff right here. Shifter does feel fairly premium. You do have the button right here, foot on the brake, press that, shift back. When the car is in park, it doesn't feel like there's as much space here. I do have small hands, and even then it feels a little tighter than I'd like it to be, but you put it in drive and it's a lot more spacious there. This does have a manual mode. Put it over to manual mode. Does not have paddle shifters, but considering it's a CX-9 and in the class that it sits in, that's understandable. It doesn't bother me too much personally, but that could be a deal breaker for others. But if you do want to shift up, down, just like that. Sport mode as well, up for sport, down for your normal grocery getting, driving. Put it over, throw it in park. Got your electronic e-brake right here, and then your infotainment controls right here. I know this is a little weird to get used to if you come from a car where everything is up in this area, but honestly, I'm telling you, it is a lot nicer once you do get used to it. Everything feels very unique, I guess, and you just kind of do know, you don't even have to look away from the road to control the system and to know what you're doing here. Decent sized cup holders, and then coming over to your center console, this doesn't have a standard latch where you kind of pull up. This has 2 little buttons and they fold out like that. Decent amount of space over here. 2 USB ports, auxiliary port, and then your SD card reader. I'm gonna set the seat to where I would normally sit if I was driving this, just to show you the space in the back. So I'm 5'8" on a good day, and so this is exactly where I would be sitting. You do have all power controls here as well, and then you can set positioning. You have 2 different saved settings here. So let's go ahead and see what we're looking like in the back. Coming over to the back seat is moved up pretty far because this does have a 3rd row, as you can tell, but even then I've got, you know, 7 inches of space here. If I move it back further, you know, I have even more room. You got controls down here for your fans and whatnot, which is really nice. Both seats do have 2 pockets, which is actually pretty unique. I do really like that. You have the center hump here. Not a big fan of that, but you know, can't complain about everything. Speakers, seats do feel really good on these as well. They don't feel too small, don't feel too large. It doesn't feel like you're sitting on a couch necessarily, but it doesn't feel like, you know, you're, you know, in a track car where, you know, where you're strapped in and everything is so tight. Very comfortable seats on this. Pulling down your armrest here, pop this up. You have your cup holders and then a little storage tray right here with 2 USB ports there as well. I did forget to mention this does have heated seats in the back as well. Now I'm not gonna get in the back seat just because it is really tight, but to get to the back seat, you just pull this forward and then there's your room back there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the storage space back here. Press the button there. Automatic. And then obviously with the 3rd row seat, there's not a lot of storage space in this area, but if you do want, you can fold this down for a little bit more. The headrest folds down and then push this just like that. And you do have significantly more space there. Do really like that. And then down here, a little more hidden space right there. And then if you want to pull this up, you've got your spare. I'll shut this. just like that. So like I said, this is the 2020 Mazda CX-9. It's a beautiful car, tons of space, great value for the money, honestly. And these reviews are not intended to be super in-depth. They're kind of just basic walk-arounds for the average consumer. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know and I'll try to answer them. So thank you so much for watching, y'all, and I will see you next time.